to be able to join the potentially in top 8. But Greninja against Rob, Tarik against MKBigBoss. Megalovania is playing one of these players, certainly going to have a bad time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And we're taking it to small battlefield as well, a place that Greninja likes quite a lot. And so far, Tarik, these R pairs, we've seen them so many times work out in their favor so well here. But MKBigBoss manages to get out of there with a brilliant burst option in that up smash. But again, Tarik just throwing him in the air. Big Boss with not too many ways to land at the moment. It's looking kind of rough.
Yeah, we're going to see MKBigBoss finally getting back to center stage and getting his first grab and just electing to throw Tarik off the stage. We've got 2 there, and I think Tarik there anticipating giving MKBigBoss maybe a little bit more respect than he needed in that situation, hoping for that tech away, but instead MKBigBoss just missing the tech, be it on purpose or otherwise, managing to escape that dangerous tech chase situation that those falling up airs offer time and time again.
100%, and I feel like when you're in that sort of scenario where you're expecting that tech to really pull through, you find yourself in a very awkward scenario where you kind of go, what do I do after this? I could choose to respect it for a little bit of time, but then after that, you find yourself on the other side of a punishment here. There's a gyro right off the down tilt. Classic stuff there from Rob so far. MKBigBoss looking at edge guard with that gyro placement there. Brilliant stuff so far. Down throw working its magic so far once again here from MKBigBoss, looking for that down air. We know how big that hitbox is, Joycey. Brilliant nair so far, and MKBigBoss with a lead, but albeit not a very big one.
Yeah, and sometimes that is the name of the game. Of course, Rob being that character. Wow, and the footstool down air into the forward air as well. Tarik making me eat my words, whatever I had to say about Big Boss. Clearly not as important as that wonderful string to get that first stock. And again, we're going to go for that back throw. MKBigBoss recognizing that he likes to keep Greninja at the ledge. We're going to see, can Tarik get in from the side here? Just manages to weave in and out. But again, these combos that we see from Tarik can be utterly devastating. And Greninja, given the right circumstances, can kill very, very early, even on a character as heavy and versatile as Rob. And a little bit of tricks as well with the gyro. It is 2025 if you haven't got those tricks ready. And there we go. That respect finally given from Tarik. Big Boss saying, hey, you know what, I've got this, but hey, you know what, we're going to take it back. It is even between us at the moment.
Oh, these two are just fighting. They're just, it's a scrap, Joycey. This isn't even just one of those matchups where people are just there to respect neutral for too long. They are going straight in. Both of them with flashy combos nonetheless, but they seem to be working out so far. The situational awareness of both of these players in certain scenarios, with the gyro, for example, Tarik being able to jump over it very slowly, very quickly. Sorry, getting a forward air and right afterwards there. Again, just great awareness from both of these players, and shows off just how much experience both of them have against one another. Again, very back and forth scenario once more. Drag down, looks to the back air. They're trying to mix up potential options, but the shield was out at the perfect time there. Tarik already aware of the threat that an up air throws out. It's going to be dangerous here once again. Up airs. Tarik looking to try and send him straight down. Drag down up air potentially here from MKBigBoss. Wasn't able to find it there. Back air comes out once more. Shield pressure, definitely something to be worried about here. Big Boss playing it patiently, looking for that back air, and one of them is looking to find that kill. But again, it just comes down to someone making that mistake. None of them want to.
So delicately the situation is between both of these players at the moment. I'm not sure Tarik wanted that dash attack there, but the back air is going to be enough, just about killing off the right hand side, and Big Boss clutching out that game one. Again, you could almost smell the fear between both of them in that last hit situation, knowing that any of those little hits could turn into something far more fearful. But Big Boss just throwing out that back air, spacing itself and getting that first game on the books. Tarik on the back foot at the moment.
Absolute masterclass from both of these players. So many fun interactions, especially in the way that they've been playing. Not, you know, they had a small stage, but it felt like they were playing on something so big. Yeah, it felt like they had so much space to work with the way they were playing with against each other. And it's going to happen once again. We go small battlefield. We're scrapping once again, Joycey.
Yeah, I was going to say, they both enjoy the smaller amount of space, being able to get that combo game going. Big Boss being able to set up these tricks and traps and not allowing Tarik the room to run around and get away. But certainly we're going to see once again just Tarik getting up in Rob's face. 67% on the board. The up air just catching Rob there, and you've got to be so careful. If you're not DIing that properly, you can lose your stock so early. And what a steal from Tarik.
Incredible stuff there from Tarik. Early game has been so far so good. incredible stuff to watch here so far. 40%, but to him, that's nothing. Gyro in the hand of the Greninja so far. A couple back airs being thrown out for a little bit of damage. 4% currently on BigBoss. Doesn't have too many answers right now. It's just kind of taking a little bit of time to try and feel Tarik out a little bit too much there. Brilliant nag. Good conversion into the up air. Looking for a second one there, but that forward air interruption from BigBoss gives him out a little bit of space, disengages just a little bit, and allows him to breathe ever so slightly, Joycey.
Tarik breathing a sigh of relief there, getting that early stock. BigBoss with an interesting side B, bit of a misinput there, just not allowing to get that bit of space. But I love that BigBoss being one step ahead of that back air, trying to neutralize the gyro, but just meeting with a down tilt instead. And another one to boot alongside it. And is that a bit too much? Oh, he might have accidentally saved him.
Oh, no way! I genuinely thought we'd find ourselves in a scenario where there may have been a potential stage spike, but you're right, he definitely did save him a little bit of time there. Tarik was able to survive. Up throw working out in the favor of MKBigBoss, who gets the kill there. 47% currently, 2 stocks apiece. Gyro being thrown out now, looking for a potential setup, but Tarik says it's not gonna happen as we return back to central stage.
Yeah, it's so tempting for BigBoss to just float around the top of Greninja with that gyro, knowing that any conversion can lead to death at that percent. However, Tarik using that up tilt just to call it out.
No.
And we can see, yeah, BigBoss trying to get something started, but I love that patience, right? Just waiting for Tarik to commit to an option, sensing that moment of panic that Rob can really install, that fear of just losing your stock at pretty much any percent, allows those perfect moments to exercise that patience and really make sure that your opponent gets, you know, the biggest punish sent directly to them.
Good parry there from Tarik, and not a lot in terms of the punish there. Again, up air working a lot here for Tarik in terms of getting that damage. Haven't seen too many confirms from it, probably for the best. BigBoss is probably anticipating those confirms here. And again, nice little double jump here from Tarik to get around that laser again. Not going to risk getting hit there. Brilliant gyro setup here from MKBigBoss, looking to find that Nair off of the gyro. Nair definitely works out the second time around, gets the stock 112%, but it doesn't seem like it's been a problem for Tarik because we have seen him close out these stocks before. But from what looked like a dominant lead from Tarik earlier on, it's starting to twinkle out of existence.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Tarik has had some really lovely ideas here, but it feels like BigBoss, once he'd caught that double jump, just had the mix-ups on deck, almost just in Tarik's head, saying, look, I know all of those mix-ups that you can go to. I know about those low recoveries, and I know about those high ones as well. And just, you can see the snowball effect in motion right now, 80, 90% on Tarik at the moment, just trying to get these one hits into the back airs, try and catch an approach from ledge. The sour spot unfortunately betraying BigBoss there, and nearly had the neutral get up spotted there. However, Tarik with a little bit of superior timing, just about making it back and hanging on by a lifeline.
Great mix up on the timing there from Tarik. Definitely puts him in a scenario where he could get a little bit of damage off there and a little bit of time to breathe there too. Laser being thrown, there's the gyro, but he's not dead just yet here. Tarik still alive here, but misses the ledge by just a little bit. And MKBigBoss currently up 2-0 against Tarik.
Yeah, I mean, it's that fear factor, right? You want to sort of thread that needle. We saw that in the earlier set with Squirrel and Pew, where there were these moments where you really just want to thread the needle exactly, particularly with how much coverage Rob can do with those big sweeping hitboxes of his. And Tarik just not quite managing to catch that ledge. And yeah, 2-0 favor in for BigBoss. It's going to be real tough for Tarik. But hey, I have seen this man do some hot reverse 3-0s more times than I care to count. So definitely not counting him out yet. You know, been around the block, so to speak. Again, been in this game for such a long time, not unfamiliar territory for him, but it is going to be a very, very tall order for the German Greninja.
Yeah, absolutely. We are seeing that pink holo come out, something that Tarik is definitely known for here. And we're going to Holo Bastion, a stage that Rob and Greninja both like here again, as we mentioned before. Very small stage, but on top of that, smaller blast zones and a very small ceiling. So you can expect a couple up air ladders to really work out in their favor here. But regardless of what that scenario may be, someone's getting blown up, and we're about to find out who.
Yeah, we can see Tarik already trying to bait out these options from BigBoss, and another up air gonna seal the stock fairly early. Shades of game 2. Once again, you've got to be so careful when you're all the way up there in the blast zone. Whether good DI would have saved you remains to be seen. However, we are gonna see Tarik just keeping the train going. on VGBoss at the moment. Managed to get 50% and just weaving in and out with this movement, making VGBoss seem a little bit lost in this game, I have to say.
Yeah, no, definitely. It does seem like that. Again, the damage percentage has just been racking up consistently, and VGBoss didn't really seem to have too many answers here at all. And again, Tarik's movement has just been really solid so far. Has the gyro in hand. We've seen what he's been able to do with that beforehand, but it's going to go ahead and expire again due to shield being in the way. That great up smash, brilliant punish here from VGBoss, but he still has that 85% deficit to work against.
Yeah, we're going to see, there we go, a 1-2-3 piece, and it's going to be just enough to take that stock off the side. An entire stock lead here in the favor of Tarik, and he is not letting the pressure go at any point so far. And just look at this movement as well, just really utilizing that high jump height of Greninja and that fast falling as well, just being able to sort of weave around these options that VGBoss has been using in these first couple of games to catch Tarik unaware, and then just having that full speed to get down, get a punish, and get the ball rolling on that reverse 3-0, which Tarik, again, looking like a new man, definitely on the cards.
Definitely. Looking a lot more stronger here as well. And again, as you said before, again, just being able to use that weight to shift his momentum in between the way that VGBoss has been throwing out certain options has been really, really impressive to watch here. Beautiful tech chase here coming out from VGBoss. Wasn't able to really capitalize off it all too well. Forward air coming out from Tarik, reversing the situation just a little bit. And now Tarik's domain is here on the side of this stage here. VGBoss mixing up the timing here. Max manages to make it back. Brilliant catch here from Tarik. It's not going to be enough, sadly. He makes it back up onto stage. Up B looking to try and wash him away back, but we're going to work with it here. And a back air coming out from VGBoss. One stock apiece.
Yeah, and that was a lovely adjustment there from VGBoss as well. The fact that it was a full hop back air rather than the short hop ones, right? It's been a lot of these that VGBoss has been throwing out to try and catch Tarik getting away from the ledge. But recognizing again that utilization of the full hops from Tarik, just going that little bit higher to secure that stock. And again, we've seen what Rob can do with a little bit of rage. However, Tarik using his own toy against him at the moment, 155% on the board at the moment. And again,
yeah, right?
No, surely not. Just about the back end, not quite having that kill power when you're not in that blast zone, but 40% at the moment on Tarik. And yeah, just meeting him in the air with that forward air. Tarik getting that point on the board, and the start of the comeback is nigh. Like we said, that first step, always the toughest to take, but Tarik, he's got well-worn shoes. He's tread this path before.
Exactly. Again, these two, as we mentioned before, have traveled the world. They have months, years of tournament experience at this kind of high level. That pressure is something these two have definitely, amounted to. They're very used to being in these high pressure scenarios. And let's not also forget, again, their match history, right? Game 5 always between these two, and they've always been very close. VGBoss has been able to clutch up against Tarik a number of times. Maybe this time around, the script has been flipped. Let's see whether or not Tarik is able to bring this down to a Game 5 scenario, or whether or not VGBoss is going to run away with the win.
You can just see, just taking a moment there to recollect himself. Tarik very much focused and locked in, knowing that he is able, he knows his capabilities. And again, those adjustments that we saw, particularly at the start of that Game 3, the utilization of the full hops and double jumps, just using that superior movement from Greninja to bait out these options from MKBigBoss, making him panic at certain points as well. There were a lot of haphazard up smashes, and don't get me wrong, a couple of them hit, but the majority of them were swings and misses. So it's really interesting to see that Tarik has already made that adjustment, but then towards the end of that game, VGBoss just slowly but surely already taking notes on the new and improved Tarik. So whether we're going to see more of that in Game 4, or whether we have yet to see the full extent of what Tarik can show us today, remains to be seen, as we head over to the smaller friend that is Small Battlefield here for Game 4. Winners quarterfinals.
Winners quarterfinals. This is what it's all about. This is the tension that both of these two are going to have to try and deal with in terms of making it to that coveted top 8 spot here today, because one of them is going down to that Shark Tank known as the loser side, while the other comfortably sits in top 8. VGBoss one game away from making that dream reality. Gamescom 2025 here. We'll see whether or not Tarik can go ahead and defend home turf successfully, pushing that Game 5 scenario, because currently Game 4 at the moment is looking even.
Feels like VGBoss at the moment, although this has been a much more delicate sort of set of neutral interactions. It feels a bit like VGBoss has been stuck in that corner, right? It's been Tarik really exerting that pressure, using that movement, but instead of sort of rushing in with this pressure and really trying to exert it. Tarik is waiting for these perfect moments where Big Boss is stuck in that corner and not able to throw out those projectiles, and then going for something a little bit more sinister. But again, Big Boss not letting it get to his head too much, just slowly but surely making his way into this, and a couple of misconfirms there from Tarik. He's got to tighten those screws if he's going to get these early stocks. Just see now at the moment, Big Boss just stuck in that corner, and the neutral air into forward air, such a strong conversion there from Tarik. Going to be able to take that first stock, and with gyro in hand as well, it seems that there is a lot more damage ready and available for him should he wish to take it. However, Big Boss at the moment catching that haphazard down air, not going to get too much of a punish off it, maybe hoping for that trip, but certainly not just yet. Just very, very gently trying to get back onto the stage at the moment here. Tarik keeping that center stage, recognizing the advantageous position that he is in. Just got to make sure that you can get these tippy taps, get those little combos, and Greninja with a little bit of rage is going to prove to be quite the formidable foe. And again, we saw this at the start of game one, right? This moment where Big Boss was sort of having to get up to that 150, 160% just to get that first stock on Tarik, and he did manage to do it, don't get it twisted, but in the same vein, really makes it tricky for Big Boss when you've got to try and find a straight hit against one of the most agile characters in the game. Managing to get that down smash at 170%, however, it not quite being enough there, just catching that landing as well with the up smash. Tarik looking very strong. Once again, both of these characters fighting back and forth there. A little bit of suspect DI from MKBigBoss, not quite managing to get that survival DI in place to be able to take that, to be able to save that stock. Excuse me, and Tarik just looking incredibly comfortable, already lapped in percent, going for that, just that little single hit, and going for the rapid jab as well. Not too big of a commitment, so you don't get that reversal, but in the same vein, just enough of a bit of a punish. Again, a little bit is better than nothing in all of these situations. And again, just trying to get something spicy going with these drag down up airs. As I said, just electing to send himself off stage for Big Boss, not quite being ready, and nearly caught the landing there, the second hit, but just sending off to the side instead of off the top where you are after. However, it seems to be a foregone conclusion. However, lovely jab lock into the up smash. Back throw. Oh, what a beautiful moment of spacing there from that as we head into game 5. And, you know, speaking of familiar territory, we have got Azura rejoining us. How are you doing, brother?
I apologize for that. I have no idea what had just happened on my end, but it seems like something had crashed, which was a little unfortunate on my end. But I'm so happy to be back. I'm ready for this. Thank you so much for carrying us through that. But I'm so ready. We're getting to game 5 once more. Familiar territory, as we just said. Appreciate it.
Hey, it's all good. What can I say? Just to let the people know that I was just not hogging the mic for like 5 minutes there. Just gotta carry it forward when these technical issues happen. But yeah, as we mentioned, familiar territory, game 5, again, very similar to the previous sets that they've had, you know, as recently as last year at Regen. And it's worth pointing out at that tournament that Tarik was on a streak of winning reverse 3-0s. This is something that this man, apparently it's just a hobby of his. He just likes to do this. He likes to get as much gameplay as possible in each and every single time. But certainly at this point, he is going to want to close out against somebody who has shut the door on that reverse 3-0 on him a couple of times, and, you know, be able to make his way into top 8, winner's side, that little extra level of security. But again, Big Boss, you know, he's a closer. He's good at what he does. Whether he's going to be able to stop this momentum, stop this snowball from turning into an avalanche and melt away those worries to get into top 8 winner's side, Azura, we will see.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it is going to be very interesting to see once more back and forth between both of these players. Definitely gives you a different perspective on hoping that potentially Tarik could try and recognize the dream of being MKBigBoss here today. But again, it's these scenarios, these game fives, they change a person, man. They change the way that you play. They change the way that you have a perspective on these types of things. Brilliant back air. MKBigBoss starts off strong.
And a bit of a shake of the head there from Tarik, maybe letting the nerves get to him a little bit, but we're going to see what we can do. The down tilt into the forward smash, lovely conversion there, just electing for that little bit of damage, and now keeping it very, very calm with this ledge trap attempt, going for the neutral air. But again, I like this element of safety coming out from Tarik's play, only going for the guaranteed bits and pieces. Again, if you feel like those nerves are beginning to get to you, it's good to just take that moment to mentally reset, right? Don't go for stuff that could eventually cause your downfall. You got to keep it safe. However, Big Boss at the moment, safety is the name of the game, as he has got an entire stock lead at the moment. And Tarik, obviously he's got to play that safe, but he's got to find that little element of confidence in his gameplay, so to speak, if he is going to seal the deal and get the dream to be alive.
Exactly. Well, let's hope that that's definitely going to be the case here. Again, Gyro being thrown out here once more, and again, Tarik in a very weird scenario here, does not want to let anything slip. Once more, back air being thrown out here. Beautiful use of the up B once again to just push MKBigBoss back. But again, just the momentum from Big Boss so far has sort of just picked up randomly here in this game 5. A lot more dominant this time around. Tarik's really got to dig down deep if he really wants to win this game. Yeah,
we can see the second down smash being thrown out in hope that Tarik would haphazardly run into it. However, a well-timed down air is what's going to hit the spot, and Tarik 3 stocks to 1. Going to be a very, very tall order. Down tilt to forward air, not quite being enough to seal the deal at the moment. And Tarik just, again, maybe trying to go for that ledge trump, but just about missing, instead sailing down the bottom blast zone, not taking too much of a punish, but allowing Big Boss to get back free of charge. Nice.
So true there, and Tarik now gets the stock. Momentum hopefully a little bit more now in his favor from that. Could potentially look to get a little bit more mileage. But right now, Big Boss has just been so unrelenting thus far. Nice up throw coming out from Big Boss here. And again, just covering these options so well. Down tilt really working the hands here so far. Nice stuff there with the gyro. Brilliant conversion here. Tarik looking like he was going to do something with that item, but it didn't seem to work out in that favor. Forward smash going to throw him out a little bit there. 68%. But again, that laser proving to be somewhat dangerous. Tarik's really got to do something in order for that kill to come through.
Yeah, and it's been really interesting to see how safe Big Boss has been playing and recognizing that, yes, Greninja can kill very early, but it's in these really specific scenarios. And again, just jumping away from that double jump right at the top of the blast zone, trying to get away from that up air, trying to get the drag down with his own up air, but Tarik just about air dodging through it. And we can see at the moment Big Boss just electing to go below the stage, throw that laser out. Tarik a little bit antsy there with the confirm, trying to get anything started, and a multi-hit trade looking a little bit strange on the parry, and just both of them electing to just reset to neutral. Again, beneficial for both of them. We're going to see what Tarik can pull for this second stock, and I love that the roll in, just perfect timing.
Just any later or potentially earlier, that could have been so devastating. Had that down smash hit, that could have been the end of Tarik's winner's run. Brilliant parry there again, throws out the gyro, a little bit of exchange there again. Brilliant forward smash there from Tarik. Incredible stuff. 125% right now. He has to play incredibly careful. We know how big Rob's hitboxes can be, Joyce. So we've seen it so many times before. A lot of people have been cheesed out by those hitboxes now and again, especially at a percentage and a stage like this. You're going to have to play very, very smart here. And again, Tarik, 132% is playing with that pressure of, again, potentially having the door shut on his face yet again. There's the laser that we were talking about earlier on. There we go. Down air. Not going to be enough. Trying to get a conversion off of the gyro. Tarik playing with fire.
Yeah, we can just see these mix-ups on the tech chasers, right? And Tarik having a great moment here. Just getting 48% on the board. It's getting scary. It's getting to the point where the grab is potentially going to kill. However, Tarik, like a shark that smells blood, just hunting in the water at the moment, trying to get Big Boss's final stock. A lovely dash attack. Nearly had it there with the forward air. Clutch air dodge from MKBigBoss, just meeting him in the air with a neutral air. And you've got to be careful of the grab at this percent as well. There you go. And that could be it. Yeah,
Oh,
and
well,
the disconnect.
I don't know if...
No, I think at this point, yeah, it is over. It is well and truly over. You hate to see it in that kind of fashion, but yeah, MKBigBoss with the clutch moment. You could see Tarik and how much it meant to him in that moment, how tense it was feeling, how close he could smell, he could feel it brush by his fingertips, the chance of that reverse 3-0, but BigBoss just keeping things as the status quo, making it to top 8 winner side. What an end to a set as well. Like,
yeah,
what an end to
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I genuinely do not know what to say, because it genuinely looked like Tarik was on the verge of making that comeback. But again, with the way that they ended, up throw obviously being the much stronger option there, and again on a stage like Hollow Bastion was only bound to kill specifically because, you know, it is a smaller stage. But again, what a game, what a set of just high level Smash Brothers. That was incredible. A really good showing from both of these players who know their characters inside and out and just be